G'day, Noxie here. Welcome to the first of hopefully many videos on the channel. Again, please excuse the quality of the video. As a video editor, I am a great sim racer. We're on iRacing at Road America in the GT3 Sprint Challenge. We're in top split, so 3.3k strength of field, and we're driving a Mustang. It's a 40-minute race, starting at the back, and interesting positions, as you'll see, so there's plenty happening. Please feel free to leave a comment, given how new I am at this and with plenty to learn. Any constructive feedback is most welcome. I hope you enjoy it. So moving into qualifying, track is wet, well, lightly wet. So we're on the wet tyre, using a high mode setup. First thing, obviously in the first lap, it's just to get the tyres warm. I wasn't really sure whether it was wet enough for wet tyres or not. It felt like there was heaps of grip, but let's see how it works out. So we've got the tyres warmed up, almost, but being that it's wet, it's not too bad. I did mention that I started from the back. We're about to figure out why. Coming up to the first turn, maybe a little rush of the blood, braked far too late, braked in the, and anybody who's seen me at Road America knows that sometimes I brake a little bit too late going into turn one. So we've gotten off track. So this lap is gone. I kind of got down here and thought to myself, well, it might be dry enough for dry tyres. So I went back into the pits, put on the dry tyres. Let's see how that worked out. Okay, so here we are on the dry tyres. I was kind of hoping that I'd done an amazing, strategic, incredible thing, and then I got here and figured out that it probably wasn't dry enough, or definitely wasn't dry enough. I think I tried one more corner. Yeah, so tried to go around one more corner, see if we could get them warmed up, and yeah. We have discovered that completely ruined our qualifying, so let's see what that does to us.
60 seconds.
So moving on to the grid, P28, so on the back of the grid, which is not so bad. It's going to be wet. I'm expecting there to be some mayhem at the start. There normally is, probably a few people falling off even on the formation lap. So let's see how the formation lap goes. So I'm starting P28 again. I'll be happy with a P15, so, or position 15, something.
13 seconds. Cold tyres, we need to get some heat into them. Okay, Ian, this will be a tough race. We're aiming to be in the top 25.
So Jim's not convinced. P25 we're looking for, according to Jim. I think we can do a little better, but let's see. It is an interesting race. There's certainly some events.
Safety car speed is 97 kilometers per hour. We need to catch car number 8.
Being that it's wet, and even top split, very often there's something that happens on the parade lap. Everybody's trying to warm up their tyres. Ever since the new tyre model came in, at the start, the formation lap, people are weaving like crazy. I've got to say, I don't think it works. I think it might give you an extra degree, maybe 2 degrees, and especially in this race, it's the track's pretty dry, and we're on wet tyres. So I think, for me, I'm trying to keep a bit of temperature down because I figure I'm going to need it later. I'm also thinking that I'm going to take it pretty easy to start off with. I don't want to be caught up in whatever mess happens at turn 1, and I'm a bit of an expert at turn 1 messes, as it turns out, at Road America. All you need to do is go and have a look at the Jack Ashton Racing Novice Racer League race in Ferrari 296 to see how good I am for taking out an entire field at turn 1. And I'm going to try really hard not to do that.
Contact.
There you go, one down already. Up one position, P27. Very nice. So we're coming up to the start now. As you can see, without really weaving my tyres too much, the front tyres are already in the green, they're already over 50 degrees. So we've got plenty of grip. Everybody else is still weaving around.
Need to catch up to the guy ahead.
We're going to take it easy here, we're not going to go too hard at the start, we're going to give a bit of space.
Catch up to car number 8. Okay, yeah, when you're ready, watch for the lights.
We've got another one off to the left, so we've lost 2 before we even get to the green light. We need plenty of space. And the thing is that even though I'm a second behind the guy in front, you know they're going to slide into me, so it's not a problem. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not in any kind of mess that might happen. You'd think that top split there wouldn't be as many messes as there are. There's another one off to the right, Vodafone car.
Looks like John. Driving in front of us is Pascal, car number 8, and their rating is 4.1.
Another bumper bar? There's a lot of bumper bars coming up in this race. So personally, if back in the pack, it's better to try and survive the first few laps. I'm not going to win the race from here, well, it's very unlikely. Coming down, braking into
You think it might be Gil?
into turn 5. Notice that I'm on the left hand side, there's
The next car is
much more grip there. So part of the secret to this is just finding where that grip is. Too wide in front. Okay. You'll see the yellow above my driving wheel. That is a radar. If it's yellow, it means someone's close. If it's red, it means they're right next to me. So Faulkman in front is we're already getting the feeling he's not as quick as we are. We're still just going to take it nice and easy. Again, we don't want to get involved in an accident just yet. That said, he is dropping time pretty quickly, so we want to make sure that we're not losing seconds and seconds to the people behind us, or under attack. So at this point I'm thinking, probably need to try and get past. Doesn't seem to be very quick. It's still very slippery too. Still having to break off line and stuff like that. He's going very slow, so we'll decide to have a go around the outside. He's going to try and hold it. So give him a little bump, just let him know that we're there. 0x, no damage. Job done. Jai's gone wide. He's got a car going off into the pits. So it's a pretty good start. First lap, P28, P29.
Man, come on, man. Why?
Spot on. P21.
Come on, man. Get Rick. No, wait. No.
Roland's upset. Roll, if you go and watch
I'm in front of you, so you have to keep an eye on me, right?
Their rating is 3.3.
If you go and watch the Dave Cam video of Magny Call, I'm in front of Dave at a certain point, and Roland does seem to get into accidents under braking fairly often, so I'm familiar with that. So we're still at this stage, just slowly creeping up on Jai in front. There's plenty of cars close by, just making sure we're not making mistakes, taking it easy. I feel at this stage that even though I'm hanging back, I think I'm probably quicker than Jai at least. There's plenty going on here with another one off to the left. And so at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably quicker than these guys in front. So what I might do, I don't want to take any risks. It's still very early in a 40-minute race. But I do want to let them know.
Beautiful.
I do want to let them know that I'm looking at them. I want to start putting a bit of pressure on Joe in front of us. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'll get up behind him. Just make sure that just let him know that I'm there. Not really looking for the overtake. I'm really not looking to be too aggressive at this stage. He's not slower necessarily than the cars in front, but basically what I'm trying to do is scare him into a mistake.
Keep pushing him, there'll be a chance here. The leader was just done 217.82.
But that's where Storm is following.
So, Gula, we just went past there, was the car that went into the pits. I'm assuming what happened was he lost a bumper, given that there were so many bumpers. So, he did the right thing, got out of the way, let us all go, which was great. Could have been very difficult. So we're getting very close to Jai in front. It does seem that it's kicking off in front of us, in front of Jai as well. So we're just trying to stay close. We're just going to try and do one at a time. We had St. Nicholas and St. Nicholas having a fight earlier. You can see there's heaps going on up in front.
Watch out, there's an incident in turn 8.
We're just trying to make sure that we're not... Ah! Red Bull Mustang. If you're new to iRacing, if you see a Red Bull car, just give it a really wide look. They tend to think they're Max Verstappen, and they tend to try and drive like Max Verstappen. But as we all know, there's only one Max.
Always you, Renier. Always you.
But thanks again.
Clearly it's kicking off a bit further up. Just trying to get nice and very
Fuck
close
off,
to
you
John.
drive like a rookie.
You are so slow and you block and you push.
Lava, go cry everywhere.
Fairly good chance there's going to be a crash. I'm thinking that Nicholas and Nicholas don't like each other.
217.68.
It is an excuse because you have to less fast if you are slow.
See you when you arrive at the 5K rating. Bye bye.
It can be very entertaining listening to what's being said. It can also be quite offensive, but in this case, pretty fun. So we're in a really long train of cars here. Road America's not really, especially in the wet, the kind of place you can go for a big dive. Getting off the braking line, so what I mean by that is if I'm on the rubber side of the circuit at the part of the circuit where cars normally drive in the dry, there's much less grip because there's rubber there and water and rubber don't really mix. So we really just have to stay in line here. There's not really a lot we can do except for just try and apply pressure. It goes a little wrong here, unfortunately. If you look up in front, there's a car that's lost it on the outside. And unfortunately, Jai hits him. Didn't really have anywhere to go. I really thought Jai had seen him early enough that he wasn't going to make that mistake, so I was just rolling off the throttle. Just trying to take it nice and easy and make sure that we didn't have a crash. But stay close to Jai as well. Unfortunately, we now have some damage. How much damage? That much damage. A lot less grip, a lot less aero. So now it's a case of just hanging in there, trying not to lose time rather than trying to be making up time with the damage on the car. I do apologise to Jai. We'll see his reaction on that.
Sorry, Jai, I thought you were going to get past him.
Yeah, you should have reacted a bit quicker, Ian. Stick your sorry up your ass.
Alright, next time miss the guy.
You get a bit of that in iRacing. There's a lot of people who will never apologise. Jai's normally pretty good. I raced him quite a lot. He's upset, and that's fair enough. We get that. Alright, so at this point, we're looking to just do the best we can, keep the pace up as best we can. We've got damage. We've got to do a pit stop in this race at some point.
The next car is Harwood, car number 26. Behind is now 048.
And what I'm really looking for is to try and figure out when I can go to dries. I want to go to dries as early as I can. There's an advantage to being on the dries early, as long as you don't lose too much time and as long as you don't have a spin or a crash. So we'll whip it forward a bit from here. So you can see at this stage the front tyres on the dash, red, they're over 100 degrees, they're getting really hot. I'm starting to see a dry line just beginning. I'm starting to think. The other thing that I should probably mention is the reason I want to go to dry tyres early is if I can get them warmed up quickly enough and I can not lose too much compared to the wets, then I can make back a bit of the time I'm losing with the damage. So I need to find an advantage to be able to try and beat those guys, so I'm going to have to take a risk. So we're coming up to pit stop. You can see that front left tyre is pretty much dead, partly due to the damage, also just because it's drying out. I can see what I think is a pretty good dry line. So the other thing though is I'm preparing for the pit stop. In the dry, the cars use a lot more fuel. So you see here that clicking the auto fuel, putting some extra fuel, so now it's going to be faster once the dries are out. The car is very sketchy at the moment, very difficult to drive. Damage, so I've got lots of understeer. Tyres are gone.
There's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes.
But it's probably too early for dries. But what I'm thinking here is that if I can get the dries on and I can survive and I can not lose too much time, I can have them warm by the time the track's really ready for them. And then I should be able to be faster because my tyres are hot before the other guys. You see there, we've got oversteer during the carousel, which is the first time that's happened. That's just the tyres.
Front is now 3.0 seconds.
So heading into the pits, it's definitely early. It's definitely going to be very difficult to drive.
Kilometers per hour.
Put extra fuel in.
A few seconds behind. Stop.
One of the things that I've probably forgotten at this point is that the dry tyres are very cold, and even in perfect conditions there's not very much grip. I had forgotten that before I came in.
Front left, 92. Stay behind the line.
So leaving the pits, let's see how this goes.
Cold tyres all around.
A bit of a dry line there, so it's not too bad. The important thing, I guess, is that in iRacing what tends to happen is the straights get dry quicker than the corners. So often you can be going happily faster on the dries than the wet. Hit your braking point, turn in, and then in the middle of the corner, fine, there's no grip. I think I'm probably going to demonstrate that. Because so you can see that we were slower than the person in front in the middle of the corner, and again there. That's partly due to the tyres just being cold. There's no good being cold anyway. And I had forgotten that in this race. I went a bit too hard to work. But also, the dry line is least. But on the back half of the track here, the dry line's pretty good. So we were gaining fairly quickly on the cars that had stayed out. The car was very difficult to drive, still had the damage. Let's see how it goes.
Ahead is increasing. It's now 6.2 seconds.
Good job, good job.
The other thing that's happening is other people are starting to go onto dries, others are trying to hold on to their wets. There's a lot of people on the track at the moment, not a lot of grip. We're gaining. I think by now on the car in front, the dry line's getting warmer, the car's getting warmer. Sorry, the dry line's getting wider. But it's still really tricky to drive.
15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Better than the first lap, but still very difficult.
Looks like it's Matsky.
You can hear that there's more incidents happening. I'm down the back of the field, so I'm by myself, just doing my thing. The tyres are starting to come on, I'm starting to feel a bit more confident. The dry line's getting wider, and I'm starting to take chunks of time on the cars. Unfortunately, they're not that warm at these tyres. So that spin cost me about 12 seconds. Not ideal, But it's not the end of the world, because we've still got a lot of people to do pit stops, and still got a lot of people on the wrong tyres, and when they come out, they're going to be on cold slicks as well. So let's see how that works out. Coming on to the next lap, the tyres are now fairly warm, still not 100% there. They're starting to come to me, the track's getting drier. I should start to see some people it's changing tyres. And they will be 6 seconds a lap slower than me.
Keep ticking, B21. That lap was at 2:17.84.
Remembering we were in top speed, these guys can drive, they're not slow. So at this point I'm feeling like I'm doing okay. I'm pretty upset about having that spin. 12 seconds is a lot. Well, let's just kind of plug away. In these kind of races it's often about minimising mistakes as much as I did feel a little bit like Nick the novice racer that having a half spin all on my own. Sorry.
Behind is increasing. It's now 8.8.
Thank you.
Fastest lap for Stock, 2:14.50. The leader is now on prime race.
Okay, so we're now really starting to take chunks of time, 3-4 seconds on it. Still either on their wets
Nice race.
or they're on dryers, but they haven't got warm. There's a long time to go, 8 more minutes. See how many more we can pick up. Passing a few people in the pits as well, which is nice, because we've taken that early step. And I've got a real advantage now. For the next 3 laps, my tyres are going to be better than anybody else's. I'm still carrying the damage though. It's not perfect, definitely not a perfect race, but we're competitive in top split, so I'm pretty happy with this. So we're starting to catch, and you can see, I think it's Dimitri in front of us.
Nice.
He's just come out of the pits, he's on his dries, his tyres will be really cold. It's nearly 2 seconds in front. Let's see if we can catch him. Raul's had a shocker. He's gone around a few times. He's already laps down, but at least he got out of the way. So we've got much warmer tyres here than Dimitri in front of us. But there is also just one dry line. The good news though is that with warmer tyres we can get a little bit off the dry line, and we're simply that much faster on these tyres that we could take them in a pretty sketchy place.
joining in front.
So we'll see if we pick up a few more spots. Keep still in the pits. And again, we should have cars in front of us that don't have as good as us. We're still carrying damage, we're still not doing the fastest laps. The leaders are a couple of seconds a lap faster than us, ultimately. But having a go, that's what matters. Let's go, which is great. And we're catching up hand over fist. So a full second just in that corner. I'm going to catch this guy at the carousel again.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. Fastest lap for start, 2:10.34.
We are clearly faster. But we don't want to overtake going into the kill. It's the last thing. Pull back.
Pass right.
And we just got that much more grip. We can literally drive around.
Oh, wait.
Nice one.
You can see we're just driving away. But it's got nothing
Thanks,
to do
mate.
with skill, I'm just in the right. In the right place with the tires.
Nicholas will charge you, there's no rear wing.
So we managed to get to P15 from P28. Even with a damaged car, having a crash, half spin. I would estimate that we've lost maybe 25 seconds overall compared to what perhaps we could have done. And it's coming on really nicely. The car's coming on really nicely. The track's evolving beautifully. And I'm having fun, which is the most important thing. Right? So we're coming up to the white flag now. Last lap. We have picked up a few more positions just from people in the pits.
One more lap to go. Shortest lap of this session.
We're catching up to one more car.
There's an incident in turn 3. Looks like Jay.
So our mate Jai's had another issue. Which is a shame. Jai's actually a really good driver most of the time. I'm guessing what's happening here is this guy's running out of fuel at this fuel circle all the way home.
Roger line. Clear right.
Come on, Ian. Nicely done.
We catch up to Jai. We're not going to try and overtake him before the finish.
Fastest lap for
No point in taking the risk. We're not going to catch 7 seconds. Guy behind struck off. So all in all, some challenges. Half spin, full spin, bit of a crash. But I think we've had reasonable pace. We made the right decision about the pit stop. right time to go to the dryers. Really tricky race, really difficult, but we've gone from P28. We're going to finish P11. Dana.
Thanks, Nicolas, thanks. I was strong.
But
Thanks,
we do lose
Nicolas.
safety rating with this one. Nicholas is
Blah,
still
blah,
upset.
blah. You
He's
wanna
been upset
die
the
anymore?
whole time.
Nice, thanks.
He's still doing pretty
Thanks,
funny.
I lost 30 seconds of you, thanks.
So,
P11. Okay, that's the finish.
well, ultimately, pretty happy with that race. Given that we're in top split, a lot of
Two
fast
races in a
guys.
row. You blocked me, you pushed me. 2 races.
Nicholas is upset.
Yeah. Continue to
You
try.
see the damage on the front.
Go.
So happy with that. It's a good one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click a like, subscribe, you know, all the YouTube things if you enjoyed it. And also give me some feedback. I'm really interested to hear what you think. Thank you for watching. See you next time.